Hello everyone and welcome again. In this video I'm going to be talking about attachments. Some of us would see these things as expectations. And I will tell you why we should maybe look into the fact of having all these expectations often leads us with some frustration, and we are often missing out on things that we could possibly be learning from if we weren't so focused on some expected results. So let's say we're just in a brand new relationship and we have all these expectations that you might be marrying them and they're your dream partner and so forth. And then sometimes things become a little bit less than your dream that you envisioned, and all of a sudden we have frustration that arises. We become discouraged, sad, and then we kind of see it as a failure because it didn't live up to the expectations that we had. Now, that is something that we self-inflicted. The frustration and our attachments are leading us to be sad and to not like this situation that we're in anymore. So at first it was something that we were totally excited about, and then because it didn't meet up with what we wanted, it didn't really become as fun as what we thought it would be. And the same can be said if we start a new job and we're all excited about it, and then we have these expectations that you're going to be the top salesman, let's say, within a year, or that you're just going to be very successful in your job and you're going to be loving every minute of it. And then things start going a little bit bad, similar to the way that the relationship that was failed, and it didn't lead up to what you expected, and then you end up being sad again. And again, this is due to the fact that we had all these expectations, we had these high hopes, we had all these things laid out in our mind, a plan that, not necessarily a plan, but in our mind it was almost like a plan. And then because it didn't lead to the direction that we were expecting, then it is seen as a failure, and it's seen as something that, why did we get ourselves into? And this reminds me of what the Buddha said on that attachments are the root of suffering, and the attachments to the results that we want lead us to be very frustrated. And then we, because it didn't meet up with our expectations, then it was total waste of time. And this has to do with the fact that we want to control things. The attachments that we have on what we expect are in a way are our way of trying to control things, and we want things our way without, and when these things don't meet up with these expectations, then we feel that these things were something that was a total waste of time, and it didn't give you anything. You didn't benefit from this whatsoever. And it's like, basically, we played a game and we lost, and because we lost, it was a total waste of your time. We forget about the things that we learned during this game, or during this relationship, and we forget about the good times. Everything gets pushed in the back of our minds, and then we have all this regret. So as you see, the attachments that we have on the expectations are what ends up frustrating us. So in the end, we need to let go of the control that we want to get over situations or over people. Because if we don't, then all sorts of stuff like this will continue happening. And the frustration will eventually build upon itself, and then we'll become a very agitated, bitter person, possibly. Unless that we start saying that we'll let things go and whatever happens, happens, we will not be happy with the results that we get, because if we do get some results and it wasn't what we wanted, then again it's not going to be something that we're going to appreciate even. So if the relationship that we had ends up being a long-term friendship, isn't that still something that good that came out of it? But again, I know some people will say, well, no, that wasn't my whole plan. My plan was to have the love of my life. And why is it always about getting things done the way that you want it done? Life is not about you getting exactly what you want and becoming a spoiled brat. Life is about soaking it all in and going with what happens. And then whatever happens is going to be fine. But anyways, I'm hoping that there's people that can connect with this and see that the attachments that we do have, they often result in a lot of our anger, frustration, and our sadness and not being happy in life. So if we can start letting go of some of the control, I know that we want some control, but if we can let go of all these laid out, goals that we have, and it's only a success if this happens. If we can let go of strict thoughts that we have, such as these, then we'll be a whole lot better off with flowing through life and being a little bit happier. Now, I'm going to leave a link to my blog article on my website, and also a link to my Facebook. So if anybody has any comments, please feel free to leave them on YouTube or my Facebook. And if you like this video, leave it a like and share it if you would like. It would be helpful. So I thank you all for watching, and until next time.